December 20th, 3:11 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Pearls is still here. I did a little research. I looked into those special psych clocks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. You did? That's great. I really appreciate it. Red psych clock protects a secret a person is constantly trying to hide. The person folds under questioning, the lock breaks and the truth comes out. Yep, that's exactly how I got the truth out of Detective Fulbright and Director Cosmos. But a black psych lock protects a secret from the deepest place in a person's heart. A secret that that person even constantly aware of. So they don't even know it's there. Thane isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off, even from herself. Okay, so all I have to do is break the psych locks. According to my research, black psych lock is like a heavy chain wrapped directly around one's heart. If they are ripped off by force, it could cause permanent damage to a person's soul. In other words, if I'm not careful, I could traumatize Athena for good. Ugh. Pearls, could you stay by Athena's side? She must be suffering under the weight of such a heavy burden. Alright, but will you be alright by yourself, Mr. Nick? I'm against Edgeworth. I have to be able to give the trial my all. Give the trial all my focus and strength. And you can't do that if I'm there. I'll just hold you back. No, that's not it. I just meant I can relax and concentrate if I know you're with Athena. The only one who can do it, Pearls. Alright. I'll do it then. Good luck, Mr. Nick. Good. Now my mind is at ease. Better get ready. Let's tidy up the evidence and take out what I don't need. Time to end this nightmare that started 7 years ago. December 20th, District Court, courtroom number 4. Defense, prosecution, and judge. Even people in the gallery. The room has been completely blown off and the walls have collapsed. But today, this room is my battleground. Court, or some facsimile thereof, is now in session to the trial of Athena 6. Not a facsimile, old man, this is a proper official trial. Take this more seriously, or start hearing the bones of the house to snap. Please try not to upset Miss Blackwell. I'm begging you. Court is now in session for the very serious and very proper trial of Athena 6. This is no trial, nothing more than a ridiculous farce. What do you say? Edgeworth, did you not hear what I just said to his honor? However, this ridiculous farce is a very important meeting for our legal system. Call the case of the UR1 incident, which the prosecutor was found guilty of murder. That case entered in the audacious dark age of the law. I see what you're after. We can find the root to the behind that case today. Precisely. The darkness will be dispelled and glory will be restored to the court system. Mr. Edgeworth, you sound as if you know something of this truth. I do indeed. New suspects emerged in the UR1 case. For 7 years, Simon Blackwell was accused of speaking in order to cover for someone else. Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I'm sorry, Wright, but the situation is what it is, and I'm afraid I must do what I must. Prosecution moves to indict Athena Sykes on the count of murder in the first degree.
Regardless of the circumstance, I intend to question the defendant with all I have. For that is a part of my creed.
Then you'd better bring it.
If the two of you are ready. Court is now in session for the trial of Athena Sykes.
Your Honor, the defense was born ready.
The prosecution is also ready.
There's immense tension between us. It's like we're picking up right where we left off. It's my duty to clear Prosecutor Blackwell of false accusations in this insanity. But I have no intention of losing Miss Sykes either. She's a very promising young lawyer. Not that I doubt that anything is innocent. But I don't think Prosecutor Blackwell did it either. So, do you have any clue to who was responsible for the sabotage? At the very least, I know it wasn't Simon Blackwell. I don't know enough to identify the true culprit, but it's clear what that person is. To put it simply, a spy. The true culprit is a spy. It's gonna be hard to convince anyone of that when I barely believe it myself. I don't have a choice. I want to save Athena and Blackwell and dispose the spy. Now then, Chief Prosecutor Edgeworth. No need for the Chief Prosecutor, bet, Your Honor. I'm here today as a simple prosecutor. Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although, I've been known to give a impressive opening statement myself. None of the trials I've ever seen, only the prosecution gives an opening statement. Of course, you're right. I was just joking. Just having a little fun. Wasn't doing them just out of fear. Interesting. Let's start with a brief overview of the UR1 incident. The incident occurred at the Cosmos Space Center 7 years ago on October 7th. The victim, psychologist Mrs. Sykes, was killed in the robotics lab on the 4th floor. Athena's mother, Simon Blackwell, a young prosecutor at the time, was found guilty of the crime. There were two deciding factors that led to his guilty verdict. One, Blackwell was the only person in the quarter to the lab at the time of the murder. And two, this photo, which captured the moment of the crime. Very incriminating evidence indeed. It would appear that only the conclusion that Prosecutor Blackwell did it is indeed. Are you kidding me? I'm not accepting any inclusion of that kind. My statement is over. Now, hurry up and call the witness. Excuse me, Miss Blackwell, but we must follow the proper procedure for these things, you know. But perhaps we should heed her wishes, Your Honor. She's a trial sponsor, after all. Besides, the courtroom is chilly, and sitting for too long can't be good for your back. Oh, you're very kind to show such concern and welfare of the elderly. As skilled as ever at playing the court puppeteer, I see. Prosecution called its first witness. A witness who decided to bring forth new testimony after 7 long years. New testimony? Just who is this witness, anyway? Oh. Holy Fulbright's the dame, and justice we trust! What are you doing here? I was here to speak for the hostage taker, Miss Laura Blackwell. She's too busy with confiding and threatening the hostages and all. That doesn't seem to stop her from constantly chiming in through Clonko. Nothing more than an observer in this. Do your best. Watching you. Leaving her brother innocent, Melissa Quill has been conducting her own investigation. Though her current actions are hardly lawful, they can be only her theory. I've heard Miss Blackwell's notes on the investigation she concluded. And I'll be giving testimony based on these notes. Here I go. Laura Blackwell's theory. Simon isn't the murderer. He's trying to cover for someone. Someone else was at the scene of the and then they say Simon committed the murder. I mean, if he really was out to steal that moon rock, then why the rolling case? Because he was using it to hide someone inside. That's why. The only person small enough to fit inside that case was Athena Sykes. That's Miss Blackwell's theory. Totally goes in the face of the official ruling, huh? But the case she mentions, there were other rolling cases like that in the lab. But they're not for traveling. They're apparently for moving parts and equipment. I think I remember seeing 3 cases, all different sizes. Unless trialed, I thought the Prosecutor Blackwell used the case to steal the rock. They had a perfectly good reason to think that too. See, there's a security camera in the corridor that leads to the robotics lab. And that camera captured footage of Blackwell leaving the scene with the case. You can see why that footage helped bring his trial to a quick end. Very convincing, that's for sure. That case, by the way, was later discovered outside the Space Center grounds. Speaking of the incident, where is the defendant Athena Sykes found? She's found on the 5th floor of the Space Center in the Sykes family residence. Professor Blackwell most likely brought her there after the incident. In addition, it's unknown where Miss Sykes was at the estimated time of death. Miss Sykes was too confused by the shock of her mother's death to give proper testimony. There's no witnesses or evidence to tell us where she might have been. So what you're saying is Miss Sykes didn't have an alibi. That's what the evidence is saying, yes. I understand the reason behind the theory, but I'm far from convinced. The victim is the accused mother. Are you actually claiming an 11-year-old girl? Of course, they all had a very strong motive. Dr. Sykes was a psychologist who wrote many papers about speech and emotions. You are Athena Sykes' special ability, aren't you, Your Honor? Are you referring to that therapy thing? Yeah, she's done it quite a few times in court. The ability to read emotions from speech, and the subject of her mother's research. Well, as long as it benefits society, I don't see any particular problem in researching it. I don't like where this is heading. Not one bit. Dr. Sykes intends her research. She's forced her daughter to undergo experiments. And Buster Ridgeworth, are you seriously suggesting... I've done my best to be delicate, but even you can't deny it to be true, Mr. Wright. You'll no longer be able to withstand the anguish of his experiments. Miss Sykes felt her only choice was to kill her own mother. Ah! Order in the court. What a tragic story. I hardly want to believe it myself. Let's proceed. Mr. Wright, if you could... Detective Albright, please refer to the notes. Alright. Let's start with the first one. So Professor Blackwell is willingly accepted a destiny to protect someone else. Yes, that is precisely what Miss Blackwell appears to believe. That is what I believe as well. Professor Blackwell is no murderer, Mr. Wright. But Athena Sykes certainly didn't kill anyone either, Mr. Edgeworth. So there isn't either of us can afford to go easy on the other. Fine, I expected no less. Oh, I remember this tense atmosphere. It's so invigorating. I'm only reading notes here, but yeah. I feel extra invigorated too, so let's keep going. So let's set the scene. That's just speculation.
Objection!
Ooh. That was real firm. But what am I saying? Like, I don't know. It surprised me is all. That's what I'm saying. No, Miss Blackwell has proper grounds for her claims.
Objection!
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Objection!
You're the one who screamed to hold it. And cut me off. Fine, so maybe I jumped in the gun by a teeny weeny bit. No, I know what they mean when they say close enough to argue. Moving on. Did the steal the... why the... okay.
Hold it!
This thrilling case is supposed to mean the one... existed in the photo with Professor Blackwell in it. It was absent when the crime scene photos were taken. Yes, that's the one. Miss Blackwell has drawn a conclusion from these two photos. She has. What is that conclusion? You're the one with her notes. Oh, right. Of course. Reading them now. By the rolling case. Starting someone inside. How do you propose to hit a person inside one of those cases? Have you forgotten that we just saw such a thing on the other day? At your own daughter's magic show. She fit a grown person to a small box. Oh yeah, would have been a very good day. A magic show? I wish you would have thought to invite me. Actually, I would like to go too. My apologies. I'll invite you both next time. I promise. So, wait a minute. What were we talking about again? Professor Blackwell was using the case to hide someone. The only person small enough to fit inside that case was Athena Sykes.
Hold it!
That's something more than conjecture. That's hardly the only possibility. In that case, what do you think Prosecutor Blackwell had in that case? I think it was the moon rock.
Objection!
There were 3 cases at the scene, but Professor Blackwell used the largest one. The moon rock was egg-shaped and only about 8 inches in diameter. It wouldn't have made sense to use the largest case there just to move that rock.
Objection!
Be that as it may, doesn't prove Miss Sykes was inside. Let me ask you this. Can you come up with a better theory of what was in the case? Well, Mr. Wright, can you? Yikes. Give a guy some time to think. Let's see. Should I try to bluff my way through what could have been in that case? I mean... bluffing is what we do best, right? Go for it. Let's bluff. I know exactly what Prosecutor Blackwell carried from the scene. I still have to find something else that was missing, right? No sweat. Oh, I'll be very interested in hearing your theory. If it's true, that is. This is a crime scene photo taken after Prosecutor Blackwell left, correct? All I have to do is compare this with the photo of Prosecutor Blackwell to see what's missing. He took something with him, and it should be in one of these photos. Lady Luck, don't fail me now. Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. What did Professor Blackwell take from the scene in the murder? He took this arm covered in bandages.
Take that!
Please note that there is a robot part on top of the cart in this photo. However, in this photo taken after the crime, the robot part is gone. In other words, this part is something that was taken from the scene of the crime. You'd appear to be right. I don't see it in the second picture. It's just a piece of junk. How important could it be? Is it really just the insignificant robot part? Speaking of which... What are you looking at? I'm gonna start charging you for each glance per eyeball. Stingy, stingy. What happened to the age of free previews? Your Honor, about this robot part. Doesn't look like it could have been an arm from a robot there. Well, now you mention it, it does, doesn't it? But the case is still big to be practically for the moon rock. Be practical for... But the case is still too big to be practical for just the moon rock and a robot arm. But was it really just the one arm that was there? It wasn't the thing there in the case, and maybe... Maybe there's another robot at the scene look just like this one here. Your Honor, it's defense assertion there was the other robot that was in the case. What?
Objection!
We can't be certain that part belonged to a robot. Yes, it looks like the arm of one before us, but it could be something else entirely. Besides, it's wrapped entirely in bandaging, making it difficult to identify what it is.
Objection!
I know for a fact it is a robot arm. I can even tell you which robot it belonged to, just by looking at it. This information, we can investigate whether it was there at the time or not. But, Mr. Wright, I thought you were more of a technology illiterate type. When did you become such an expert? I feel somehow abandoned. Not to worry, Your Honor. I still know next to nothing about machines. But I know this piece of evidence proves which robot the arm belonged to. The picture right there.
Take that!
The robot in this picture is named Ponko. Take a look at Ponko's arm. There's Miss Sykes who bandages it up like that. What? She must have thought the machines heal in the same way that people do. What an adorable, naive mistake. Reminds me of my own grandchild. My arm at the scene had been same bandaging wrapped around it. In other words, this robot arm could belong to none other than Ponko. All right. We'll come back next time and continue this, court facsimile trial thing. Very real trial that is not at all, just, because we have to, or, hostages, bad things. Yeah. But next time, we'll come back for more of this. So, until then.